Welcome to Comic Construction.
Let's check out the build, art, and story of the 2025 edition of Justice League International, Book 1, Born Again, by Keith Giffen, J.M. DeMatteis, and Kevin Maguire, published by DC Comics. This is a standard size softcover at 6 5/8 by 10 3/16 inches and has 552 pages. The cover has 4-color printing on a very glossy sheet. One thing I love is that old school DC logo is back. It belongs on this book. The book is perfect bound, as you would expect for a trade paperback. The interior sheet is a somewhat thin semi-gloss. That's on the low gloss side of the spectrum, which I really appreciate. Otherwise, it feels like the standard trade paperback paper being used. It looks very similar to the Omnibus, in that it's like the Omnibus also has a low gloss sheet, but I find the colors in here a little warmer. I think that actually looks a little better than the slightly cooler colors in the Omnibus. This book does seem to be a precursor to the DC Finest line when you look at like the page count and the build. A few things I wanted to get out of the way before we go any further is that there are 2 volumes available in this line, and I don't see a 3rd release listed anywhere. So know that before we get into the details. There are 3 omnibus volumes, but they're massive tomes, and I don't find that format very comfortable to read. The art is amazing throughout this book. Maguire's work is truly outstanding. He does facial acting like no one else, and his action is also poetic. He's one of the best in the business, and I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I haven't had a chance to meet him yet, so I'm hoping he'll come to Rose City Comic Con next year. This volume also has art by Steve Lealoha, Luke McDonnell, and Bill Willingham. McDonnell is the Suicide Squad artist, and I've always really enjoyed his work. Giffen and DeMatteis are genius together. DeMatteis is behind my favorite Marvel story of all time, Kraven's Last Hunt, but the work here is so much fun and so charming that it's nearly impossible not to love it. Post-Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Justice League is no more. A ragtag group of heroes comes together to remedy that situation. Batman reluctantly joins just to keep an eye on them, and of course Martian Manhunter is there since he is the heart of the Justice League. These heroes are in conflict with each other as much as with the villains, but not in a grimdark way. It isn't about like masculinity, toxic masculinity specifically. This book is humorous and somewhat lighthearted. It is known as the Wahaha era of the Justice League, but it does take on some heavy concepts throughout. My only warning is that this book is from the pre-collected edition, meaning that these books were meant to, each issue was meant to be read at a monthly cadence. So reading 3 or 4 issues back to back is not the ideal reading experience. So my advice is to take your time, enjoy the ride, and brace yourself for one of the best friendships in all of comics. Thanks for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and share with a friend.